Good morning, stamping friends. I am getting set up for my first YouTube Live. This is a learning experience definitely here, so please bear with me. So I think I'm ready to go. Make sure you subscribe to my channel so that you will be alerted when I go live next time. And thank you so much for joining me today. I have a couple things to share with you and I'm excited about it. But before we get started, I just wanted to remind you of the host code. If you see anything you like and might like to order, please use the host code that's printed here. And then when you go on my Stampin' Up website, you can just punch that in that area when it asks for the host code. Don't forget this DSP sale is going on this month and all these designer series papers are on sale, 15% off. So be sure to stock up because there's a lot of great deals here, especially these Christmas prints that'll be so fun to use. We still have a few months before the holidays are here, so take advantage of that. All right, so as a reminder, I wanted to show you one of the cards that I already posted a video on. Do you remember this one? It's the Have a Hoot bundle. And I just made a cute little Christmas card like that, kind of a fun fold. And the little owls are in kind of a shimmery white tree. So if you want to see how I created this and get all the dimensions, if you just go back to one video, you will see that. And I'll put the link on again. The project I want to create with you today is a coordinating treat box that goes with this. So we will get started on that. The first thing you're going to need is one of our acetate square boxes, and I already folded it up. It's pretty easy to assemble, and I put some pastel colored mints in here because it kind of coordinates with what we're doing. So just take that, and then you're going to take balmy blue cardstock, and let me grab my ruler here because I forgot to put the dimensions on here. I put where the score lines are, but this is 1 3/4 by 6, 7, 8 3/4. So the length 8 3/4 by the width 1 3/4. Then you are going to score at 1.5 inches, 3.5 inches, 5 5/8 inches, and 7 5/8 inches. Whoops. All right, now we just want to wrap this around the box, and I'm not going to tape it to the box. I'm just going to adhere it right here where they meet. And you know what? I changed my mind. I'm going to use tearing tape on this because when I do 3D projects, I really want it to hold well. And the tearing tape is just a little bit stronger than the snail adhesive. And so let's take the backing off. I like to use my paper piercer for that. My pokey tool, whatever you want to call it. And it doesn't matter that my dimensions are on here because we are going to be covering that up. So just wrap that around, and I figured out where those score lines go so it lays nicely. Now, the next one we are not going to score. We're going to put designer series paper on top of this, but I did not pre-score it because everyone's is a little bit different depending on what you stuff it with and if the sides stick out a little bit. I tried scoring it, and some of the score lines fell in between where the pre-made score lines are on the scoring little gadget. So I'm just gonna place it on and just make my own folds, and that way you know it's gonna fold exactly. So I just do 2 at a time, and I make little creases, but then I go back and crease it more solid like that. So I do 2, then I'll do the last 2 and just kind of stick it right in the middle. So there's 1 and 2, and then go back and just crease it a little bit harder so that it makes a nice crisp edge here. All right, now let's see, let's put this in the front like that. make sure it fits, and I'll make sure it's even in just a second, but I want to add some. This one you can use snail on because it's not as, it's not going to come apart. All right, now this is when we want to line it up. So it's right smack in the middle. All right. There we go. All right, now it doesn't matter that the seams are in front because we are going to cover those up. And the way we're going to cover it up is with a purple posy. And this is a stitched shaped die that I used. And it's the one that's not quite 2 inches. It's about 1 7/8. But before we put that on the front of here, let's build on it. So the stamp set I'm using is Have a Hoot, which coordinates with the card I just showed you. And we're going to use this little group of owls here. And what I did was I just stamped this on Whisper White, and then I die cut them out, and they'll all be in one group like this. You won't get the tree on, but all the little owls will be individually cut out. And I actually did this 3 times, 1, 2, 3, and colored them in. And I already did that before I went live because it just took a little bit of time to do that. So let me show you what I did. The first one I took let me bring this up here so I can point which ones I did. Okay, so the first one I cut them all out and I just cut the first 3 apart. So that's what this grouping is from. I kept those 3 attached. All right, and the colors I used were light smoky slate, light soft suede, and dark smoky slate. And the little hat is purple posy dark, and the blue part is dark balmy blue. So those are the colors I used. And then there's pumpkin pie dark for the nose. All right, so for the first one, the first layer, we are just going to put 2 little dimensionals on the back side, and I'm going to keep that there because you're going to see, whoopsie, how I'm going to keep building on here. All right. Bottom layer are these 3, and oh, they're so cute. You'll see when I'm done here. All right, now the next time I stamped, I only did 2. I'm going to kind of build a pyramid. So the next 2, I just cut out these 2 and cut them apart from these 4. So you really only have to color in these 2. All right, now this one, I'm going to put dimensionals again, and we're going to start our little pyramid of owls. So let's place this stack, and notice that I reversed the coloring. I did the soft suede and then the gray one over there, and I'm going to offset them a little bit. Let's go about right there. So they're kind of in between there. All right. Now the next one is going to be this one. And let's see, this guy is this one. But you know what, you guys, you don't have to do it exactly how I did, but this one's the 3rd one. And I'm just going to put, actually probably liquid glue would work as well. Now this one we're going to put up here. See how we're building a pyramid? And then the next one, I pulled, let's see, this one is that one, so it's the middle one. And we're going to do the same thing. And some of them you're going to put dimensionals on, some you're just going to put snail on because you want them to be different, you know, different dimensions. And we'll have him kind of off to the side. Now we're going to do this one, and this is the 2nd one again, and just color him the soft suede. And this one we're still going to use adhesive, snail adhesive. And this one's going to be over here. And oops, let's put him a little bit behind this one like that. We just want him poking out like that. And then the last one, actually I'm going to have to use, this is the one that has his hat off. It's the tiny baby one over here. This one I think is my favorite. And this one I'm going to reach for my liquid glue because I just want him off the edge. So just put a tiny little bit of glue on the edge of that purple posy, and let's make him just flying up kind of off the purple posy part. So there we go. Now we're just going to add a few little dimensionals, or not dimensionals, but little snowflake sequins. And by the way, this paper that I'm using, the Snowflake Splendor that I used around the box, this is 25% or 15% off. So this is one of the designer series papers that are on sale. So there's 1, 2, and let's put 1. Remember, I like to work in odd numbers like 3s, and just add 1 more down here. Now we're going to flip this whole thing over and just put, when I use circles, I usually put 3 on. You don't have to line it up, and just make them in a triangle here on the back. All right, and let's place this right on the front. See how it's going to nicely cover up that seam that you have? All right, now we just need a little finishing touch, and what we're going to do is take our metallic mesh ribbon. You guys, this is such fun ribbon to work with because it's so easy to maneuver, and bows turn out really nice, and you can pull it tight and it won't loosen as you're working with it. Let's see, let's make this tail a little bit longer. Just kind of use your judgment. You don't have to pre-cut this. All right, so what I do is first I'm going to tie a knot, because then you don't have to worry about your bow getting loose and it'll stay nice and tight. And then we're going to set this apart because we need to make the tag. Now the tag, I used Hoot dies, which is also what I used to cut out all those owls. And we're going to use balmy blue ink, and we're going to make a sentiment on the top, and it's the one that says "From Owl of Us," and just kind of center that on here like that. And I want to add a few more little snowflakes on here, and just kind of randomly put them wherever you want. And remember, I like to work in 3s. So let's go up here. All right, now we have this, and let's bring our box back. Whoops. And tie this on. Are you guys glad it's Friday? I just can't get over how fast the weeks go. We're already headed into the weekend, and it's getting closer to those holidays coming up. All right, now let's just tie a bow here, and once I get this tied, I'll show you what I like to do to just kind of fluff it out a little bit. Normally bows, I cut at an angle, but for some reason the mesh one, I just like to cut it straight, and this one needs a little trimming. All right, then when you're done with the bow, I want you to just take the edges and kind of poof them out a little bit like this. Spread them out. This ribbon is so nice because I used it a lot for Halloween, but then also it gives it kind of a frosty look with the Christmas products that we have. So, all right, so there's our little treat box. Do you like that? Isn't that fun? And then look at how it coordinates with the card. So that's a little gift set that you could put together for someone, and you could fill that with any treats you want. I just chose those mints because they were pastelish and matched. All right, and then a reminder about, remember my Cozy Craft Retreat? Remember, I give those free for people that place an online order of $75 or more. The tutorial's $25, but remember, you get 23 projects and patterns and instructions and photos on how to make all of those. So just a reminder, and thank you for those of you who have ordered already. And just allow maybe a few hours in case I'm not home when that order comes through, and then I'll send that to you because I'm sending that from my home computer. All right, well, thank you for joining me today. Let me know any feedback as far as the YouTube live. And don't forget to subscribe, so that way when I do go live, then it will send you a reminder that I'm going live and that I'm on. So the next YouTube live will be next Tuesday morning. So you guys have a great weekend, and it was nice sharing with you today. Take care. Bye-bye. Oh gosh, now to figure out how to turn it off. This is good. Oh my goodness. All right, I will just end it here. Hopefully I can figure this out. I'm so sorry. It is still going live, right? Oh my gosh, am I still going live? I cannot figure out how to stop this, guys.